Hey everybody, and brightest blessings. Lady Leeanna back with you for another edition of Wicca for today, and it is truly great to be back here with you once again, and great to have you visiting the channel. Well, it is New Year's Day today, and I was going to get a video out to you for New Year's Eve, but I didn't get a chance to do that. And I really love this time of year. It's cool, it's brisk, and we've just come through a lot of celebratory holidays, both pagan and Christian holidays alike. And, well, I want to wish you all the best New Year's that you could possibly have. The best 2016 year that surpasses any other year of your life. I really would like to see each and every one of you obtain every goal, dream, and idea that you've ever had about your life and making it happen for yourself. Now, long about December 31st, I like to sit down and write out for myself 3 primary goals for the year that is to come. 3 resolutions. One that is extremely practical. And for me, that is fixing up my house, putting it in order. It looks a little raggy lately, and because my business has ran out of it, it needs to stay looking good, but it is looking a bit bad right now. And my practical resolution is to get my house back in order and make it look good. Number two resolution would be to whoop cancer's scrawny butt, and I know that I can do that. And I'll do that tonight, and I'll get back with you in the morning. No, just kidding. But to win over cancer, and this is my necessary resolution, number 2. Okay, and then resolution number 3. I like to make resolution number 3 something that is very wanted. And I have dreamt of going to Japan for over 8 years now, I believe. And I've actually been studying the language for the past year and a half, although I am not extremely fluent. As a matter of fact, it was broken up studies, and I've been studying Spanish likewise. But I will say that I have learned quite a bit within the Japanese language, although I am by no means anywhere near being fluent. I've got a long way to go. And in actuality, they have 3 writing systems, 3 alphabets, you might say. And one is hiragana, one is katakana, and the other is kanji. And I've actually learned everything there is to know with the hiragana and the katakana. Mainly I'm studying now the kanji, and it is the most complex by all means. There are a great many more brushstrokes within the writing of this particular, I guess, alphabet, you might say. But I do pretty good in it. I really do. But I have been studying this for about 1.5 years. And I have been dreaming of going to Japan for over 8 years. And I am in love with anime. I always have been. On a realistic level. A lot of people watch the anime and they think of life in Japan being that way, and it's by no means the case. Life in Japan would be no different from here on a logical basis. There might be different ways they go about things or different types of food that they would cook, but, you know, it is going to be pretty parallel with what it is here. As a matter of fact, they have a name for people that believe in anime as being the real way of life over there. People that worship it to a point that they let it inhabit every area of their life, and that's otaku. And that is basically Japanese nerdism, you know, being a nerd for anime, being a nerd in any case, I guess, actually. Somebody that wears plaid and square-toed shoes. Anyway, otaku is what it is to be a nerd in Japan, and actually it gives you a bad name. So they're not all about their anime over there, and they definitely don't like fanaticism on any sense of the word. As a matter of fact, most of them tell you anything should happen in moderation, except for work, and they're overly intense in that. But no, that's what I want to do. I want to go over there, and I would go for the entire 3-month visa vacation over there if I were going to go. I'm trying to get a lot of my work to happen online so that I could be free and travel and still have my work with me no matter where I'm at. You know? And so that means doing my my tarot card readings for people online. And that's very possible, very feasible. I've actually already started taking people online to do my tarot card readings. Also, to make my videos, I could do that anywhere in the world as long as I have my trusty camera, my disc that go with it, my battery packs, and all of that. So, you know, it is not unheard of for me to be able to become more mobile and go wherever I want to go or do what I want to do. But I really, really do have this in mind a lot. It is definitely a part of me. You know, I think that we all have long-term goals that maybe is so... It takes so many years of preparation that we may not be able to do it for a long time, but at some point or another we are intent on making it happen. And you know, that is where I'm at right now, is putting in order the ideas that go along with the works that I do, whichever side of it, so that I could become more mobile and travel, be where I want to be, and still never leave you guys. Still be able to give you information and teach you wherever I'm at. That's what I hope for. Anyway, so resolutions are very, very important at this particular time on a mundane level. Your typical everyday life. Those resolutions, and you should have one that is very practical. You should have one resolution that's very necessary, and you should have one resolution that's very wanted, frivolous, you know. And that's the way I like to do things. Now, December 31st, I like to put it all down on paper and write out prayers for each of these resolutions. You know, no, December 30th, sorry. On December 31st, I like to engrave my candle out in the early part of the day while focusing very intently on these prayers, all three of them, and putting that intent into my candle. Taking a standard green taper candle or a green pillar candle, something long and has a lot of room for you to write on, is preferred. Take a ballpoint pen because it engraves the wax perfectly and it doesn't leave the ink behind whatsoever. It engraves perfectly. And write your entire name from as to end of the candle, starting at the bottom of the candle where it sits on the table or in the holder, and writing toward the wick is what I mean there. Your entire name. Okay, and if you're married, don't forget to put your maiden name before you put your married name. Leeanna, Erica, Treece, Wallace is my name, and so I would write all of that on there. Okay, and then my birth date right underneath that. Okay, and you would do the same thing. If you have room and you feel like writing on a candle and putting your intent in there, very good. You go ahead and you write a small prayer as to what your goals are. Oh Lord and Lady, please grant me the ability to meet with my financial goals, the ability to have new beginnings, or whatever, or just make it very basic and say, grant me money, grant me luck, grant me love, grant me new beginnings, okay? But, you know, go with what you've got room for on the candle itself. And once you write all of this out, you'll kind of take some tissue paper. I like to actually take a coffee ground filter because it's kind of rough and it's stiff. And over a plate or something, I like to scrub the candle down, and it gets all of those excess chips off, because you don't want those on there. You want to scrub those off. You can use tissue paper, and I've done that plenty of times. You can use paper towel. That's even better because it's stiffer. Or you can use a coffee ground filter, and that's pretty rough, so it works real good. You know, and kind of scrub your candle down of any of that excess wax on there. Next, you want to take some holy water and you want to bathe your green candle in that holy water after you've done your name on it, your birth date, and if you're going to write a prayer on the candle itself, you want to do all that first, but then you want to scrape off the excess wax with paper, and then you want to bathe the candle with the holy water, you know, and while you're bathing it with the holy water, you're praying, you know, for cleansing and purification of your candle so that it will be free of anything dark, negative, and evil, and that only good shall prevail from anything that you would say or do while burning this candle. Because you don't want to put a prayer out there and it come back in the way that maybe you did get money, but you had a grandma kick the bucket so that you could get it. You know, you want to put your intentions into the candle, and you want to make sure your wording is exactly so. Where might that money come from? May it come from a job interview that you're trying for, or job hunts that you haven't yet started or that you're in the midst of, or winning a lotto, or going to a gambling casino. You want to be pretty direct with where this money could potentially come from. All right, but cover your bases and make sure you give it a good list. You want to open up to many direct avenues, you know, but you want to make sure they're positive. You know, you want to focus on the love if that's what you're hoping for. New beginnings. If your entire life sucks and you want it all to just start out fresh, you know, focus on that, okay? But write your intentions into the candle, or if your candle isn't that big, you could write it on paper and you could keep that underneath your candle while you're burning it the entire time. You might even make several copies of it so that every day when you burn this candle for 30 minutes each day, you might like burn a copy of this prayer in the flames of it each time to kick off the burning of your candle. Please carry on air these words, let them be heard. Let them be heard is what you would say while you're doing that, or something similar. You know, but there's some ideas for you. However, you want to engrave your name and birth date in the green candle. You want to, you know, kind of rub off all the excess wax chips. And then you want to bathe it in the holy water. Okay, and then you might pat it dry with a paper towel or tissue or whatever. And then after that, you'll take a mint oil and a power oil. Your power oils would be your Hyjon or your patchouli or your dragon's blood oils, something along those lines. And you would anoint the candle with those first, rubbing it all up and down your candle. Okay, with your prayer and your intentions as to what the candle is for and why you're using this oil on it. To give your prayer strength is what you're focusing on. Okay, and then after that you take the mint oil and you anoint over the power oil. And you say, this is what I want to have happen. I want you to open, God and Goddess, I want you to open. Or if you pray to the Lord Jesus Christ, or if you pray to Buddha, you know, lords and ladies, Buddha, Jesus Christ, I want you to open up new things for me, new beginnings. Give me that which is sought. Please bring unto me great finances so that I could take care of these debts that I owe, or so that I accomplish this goal and so forth. Or bring me the love that is wanted. Bring luck in my life. My life has been kind of down and low of luck. Please bring that back up for me so that I could accomplish everything that I would like to accomplish within my life, and so that I would not fall into such bad trouble all the time. You know, whatever. Put yourself into it. Your intentions do have to be known. You have to specify what it is that you're out to accomplish with this candle. You have to tell the candle what it's for. Hold it up and speak to it and say, hey, you are to do this for me. You know, and talk to your God and Goddess and say, hey, I want for you to do this for me, if you will. Pour them a cup of tea along with yourself while you're getting ready to burn this candle. And then burn a copy of your prayer into the flame of it. You know, don't forget to have a nice big pot there to drop the burning prayer into, right underneath where you light it at, because you don't want to catch your house on fire. Okay? That's very, very important. You know, but this is a time for you to create. Actually, the time to create these candles would be immediately. I mean, because you're already on the 1st right now, if I get this video up today. My goal today is to get this video up here for you so that you can accomplish your goal. You know, and you can make this candle today, and you could be burning it tonight and every night thereafter until it's gone. 30 minutes each night. After you have engraved your complete name on it, after you have engraved your complete birth date under that, and you have written a prayer either on the candle itself underneath your birth date, or you've written a prayer on paper and photocopied it many times so that you could burn this prayer in the candle's flame to kick off the burning of it every day till your candle's gone. You know, you want to get this written. You want to get it all prepared, and you want to start it tonight. Okay? Don't wait till after midnight. Start it tonight before midnight. Alright? And then you want to burn it every night then after. And it does not have to be any specific time, although it should be about the same pace apart. You know, if you can. It's not going to have a big bearing on it. But you know, it just stays in lieu with an algorithm, you know, and sometimes that has power in itself. After you've written your name, your birth date, your prayer, you've scraped off the wax chips, you bathed it in the holy water, and you have anointed it with both your power oil and your mint oil of some kind, and it can be any kind of mint oil, and you want to hold it up. And you want to bring down power from the above and down and into the tip of your candle. The wick tip, which is in the up motion. Okay? You want to bring like a white or green power down. I suggest green power. You imagine it kind of bubbling up in the skies and gathering all around you like a storm. And then kind of directing down as a funnel cloud, almost like a tornado, and wisping its way around and then down and into the tip of your candle until that candle begins to glow green, the most eminent green. Okay, and then watch it explode in your mind eye and then draw back up and into the candle and then contain itself right there. Okay, and then your candle is ready. For the most part, there's but one thing to do, and that is either pinprick your finger, if you're not afraid of drawing a little blood, and rub it down the side of your candle, saying to the candle, I put myself into you. As you are me, so shall I be you. Okay, or something along those lines, but you're making yourself one with the candle. Alright? And if you're afraid of bringing a little blood, then you can take some end nippets of your hair, make them very fine, so that when you rub those up and down the candles, they'll stick. You know, if it's heavy, they're not going to stick as good. If you make it little nippets, you can wipe it more all over the candle. And, you know, when you're burning the candle, you might get a little smell of hair. It's not usual that you would, but you might get a little smell of burning hair but not really anything for you to worry about, and definitely not very strong. Okay, because most of the hair is going to roll down with your melting wax, so no problem. The wax that is melting and flowing downward is heavier than your hair, so it would push it downward. Anyway, so your candle is prepared completely, and you're ready to burn it every night for as long as it lasts. And you want to burn it for 20 to 30 minutes, no less than that. And you do not just light it and then leave. You do not light it and just let it burn while you're doing your housework or any of that. You want to sit down in front of it, and you want to give your intentions into its flame. And besides, it is dangerous to leave a candle anyway, okay? But generally, the only reason why I'm talking about you not leaving the candle is because I want you to put your hopes, your goals, your dreams, and your prayers into it. And every day that you are going to light that candle, you want to kick it off by burning a little prayer that you've written down in the flame of it. Not a big one, not a whole paper, because the smell will just make your house all nasty. You do not want to choke yourself out. Make the prayer as little as you can make it on one little square of paper, and then that way when you're burning it in the flame, then you have minimal smoke. And you want to have a big pot or pan right under where you're burning the candle, so that you could let it go and into the pan and not burn your house down. Okay, you've got to have a pan there to let the paper drop into whenever it's burning. And then you'll take that ash, and you could use that on the edge of the candle, or roll your candle in it after this burning time, you know, so that it's on the edge of the candle on the next one, if you choose. But it doesn't have to happen that way. You don't have to use the ash if you don't want. But you do have to give a lot of the ash to the earth outside, taking and dumping your pot outside, blowing the ash out of the pot and into the air and letting it go, giving it to the earth. For everything we take, do we ever give back? Do remember that. While you're burning your candle each time, I do suggest you take tea with a higher power. Pour a cup of tea for each you and the God system that you're calling to. Have a libation dish setting there. And first, you might take a drink of the tea for the gods and goddesses from their cup that you've poured, and let it dribble from your mouth and into the libation dish. And then you will hold your cup up and say, "Thank you, lords and ladies, for giving to me," and take and drink from your cup, and then you swallow it. Okay? Now, you've given libation to the gods and goddesses. Now you can light your green candle as you're praying, to empower your spell work that you're undertaking at this particular time. Then you want to burn your prayer into the flame of it, letting it dropping into the pan that you have standing by, and saying, "Carry my prayers on air, let them be heard," or something to that degree. Now, at the end of that, you can start focusing on your intents, imagining money coming to you from the areas or places that you've dictated that you would like it to come from. The main thing is that you put your heart, your soul, your dreams, your goals, your ideas into it, your intentions. If you don't do that, you're not going to acquire your goal. The gods and goddesses will help those who help themselves, those who really, really do want that which they're putting forward. This is the best thing that I could lay out for you as far as the spell work goes in such a short notice. And you do have time right now to get this together, as long as I get this video up into you like ASAP, and I intend to do that. Austin and I will be chilling out for the rest of the night, probably watching a few movies. He'll play a few of his video games, and I may play with him on those. I don't know. Sometimes I do. But more or less, I would like to start burning me a green candle tonight. Now that I've laid this out for you guys, and I've been lazy about it because I've had so much going on that I haven't actually put anything together. But the more I think about it, as soon as I get this video out, then I'm going to start my own green candle. this is the best thing that you can do. This is the best spell work that you can do in such a short amount of time for New Year's Eve. And, you know, really I do encourage you to get it together and do that for yourself. Alright? Well, I am going to shut it down for the day and wish you the best New Year's that you could ever have. I am going to do my best to make it the best one I can have. That's for sure. Well, please share this video around to help the channel along. On all your social media and networks that you go through. It would really be appreciated by me. And please like, comment, and subscribe. I really, really do like being at one with you, and you guys have been terrific. So take care of yourself, alright? And remember, my heart, my soul, and my spirit is with you as you walk through this holiday. Bye-bye.